Hi, survivors. It's me, Prepper Zan, reporting to you, feeling a whole lot better than I have been the last month. As you guys know who have been following me and supporting me, which I thank you so much, I've gotten really, really ill. And you guys know about it because I'm an open book about my life. And I think that's how, and I know that's how we help each other. Some people just may not have a personality, or they don't want to expose themselves and what they do and how they go about doing and what's going on with them. But I'm an open book. I don't mind. Um, I want to come out and first of all thank you guys so very much. It was some of you who took out the time in the videos and said, Zan, take care of yourself, Purple Zan. We see you sick, and even when times I wouldn't even say that I was sick, you guys that been following me, y'all just know me. And they said, y'all asked, you wished me well. I had some of you even send me emails. I thought that was just so sweet and kind, y'all. It's just, it helps to be thoughtful when someone's going through something, because those types of things, it lifted me up. It made me like, come on, you got to get your strength back. Um, I want to talk about what I went through, and I want to encourage people by my testimony how I was able to overcome and survive it. And hopefully it will help you. On this channel, um, everyone who's been following me for a while, y'all know I'm against the mandates allegedly. I'm against the things that the leaders are suggesting and requiring us to do when it comes to our health and when it comes to our lives. And since I speak out against it so much, I wanted to show and lead by example ways that I'm going against the establishment and how it's helping my life, and how I'm surviving out here, because this channel is about survivalism. I contracted in the last 2 years, I've caught the virus several times. At first, in the beginning of 2020, because I had someone I was caring for that lived with me who caught it. Nobody knew about the virus. So the hospitals were inundated with people going in just sick, but it was like flu symptoms. It was like pneumonia symptoms. Because so I'm thinking this person has pneumonia. I'm caring for this person by the grace. And it was something I never seen before in my life. This person never got sick like this ever. And she was so sick. I mean, so sick. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose her. I thought I was going to lose her. I never seen nothing like it before. I rushed her to the emergency room like 2 or 3 times, and I had to go myself. But it wasn't until later on when they started telling us the symptoms of the illness, the first one, and I was like, that's what she had. The hospital, nobody still didn't call and say that's what it was. That's why you have to know yourself and do your own research. She eventually started getting better. I had to go to the hospital. They gave us, I forgot at the time, I still have one of the medications, matter of fact. Because one thing about it, y'all, whenever I go to the hospital or doctors for anything, I try to stack up on the medications. And y'all take notes on this. And I'm going to show y'all one day all the medications that I have accumulated. But I have medicine for everything. So when I saw this type of medication, I said, listen, because I was caring for her, I said, y'all need to write me a script for that too. So they did. I forgot the medication. This was in 2020. I gave her that. She started getting back better, which was good. And I was giving her the chicken broth, raw spinach, and carrot soup 3 times a day. Blueberries, pineapples. Y'all know we don't eat a lot of meat. Well, I don't. But chicken broth is a healer. And a lot of water, a lot of orange juice, a lot of vitamin C. We didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a flu or pneumonia. As a matter of fact, I thought it was a pneumonia because that's how bad it was. After she started getting better from, the body aches, the fever, she was like racking with a high fever. She started overcoming that. She was so sick she was throwing up. She even passed out a couple of times how sick she was. She had contracted from some other family members she was around. They were sick like that. They thought they were going to die. So even after she started healing from that, she had a reoccurring cough. And the cough would stay for like 2 or 3 weeks later. So I'm like, what is this? She keeps coughing. Took her back to the doctor for that. They said it'd eventually get better. So it did. It got better. I got sick. Caring for her, I ended up getting sick. It was so bad and painful, I thought I was going to die. So out late at night, God is so graceful and merciful. This is before I found out about chicken broth. The chicken broth, that's how I found out about the chicken broth. The chicken broth commercial came on, and they were saying how the collagen, it heals. So that's what I did for myself. I was making big pots of chicken, or it was organic chicken, not chicken that been pumped up with all these antibiotics. I got it from Sprouts. Put a lot of raw spinach leaves, or cut up a lot of onions and carrots. And most, not really carrots too much, because it can also be a carb, but I would just drink it. I would just drink it. I would eat the soup. I would eat the raw leaves, spinach, and the onions. I wouldn't even eat the chicken too much, but sometimes I would. And I would just make big bowls of it. I was just drinking. I thought I was going to die. And I was caring for myself. I had nobody to care for me. I care for others, but I didn't have nobody to care for me. And at the time, and so I did that for about 3-4 days straight. I started getting better. And I was like, oh my God, just please, you heal me, I'll do this, I'll do that. You know how we do. Anyway, make a long story short, fast forward to when I started traveling back to New York from Houston, because I invested in some property out there. I'm going back and forth. When the Biden administration came in, they started letting all these illegal people across the border into all these areas, especially in Texas, y'all. It was so bad in Texas. I have videos on it, but I put them down because my family said they don't want people to think I was discriminating against a certain class of people, which I wasn't. I was trying to just show what was going on with this administration. Anyway, I got sick with the TB. I contracted that because a lot of these people that cross the borders, they got TB, they have all kinds of stuff. So for me traveling, the way I travel, mostly in the planes, I caught it from somebody. They was on there coughing and all that, and I'm like, why are they doing this, y'all? They was releasing people from all over the state. Sometimes I would drive from Houston to New York, and I would see busloads of them. They was everywhere. So anyway, from traveling, I contracted the TB. Didn't know I had it. Went to my annual doctor's visit. They gave me some medication for that. Got better from that. I was exposed from that from traveling. Went back to New York. Everybody know I go back and forth to New York. 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, that's when Omicron was really, really rampant. When I was going through New York, remember I was showing y'all the long lines. I said, y'all, it's long lines of people that getting tested for this stuff. I said, I said the word. I don't like saying the word. Anyway, I said they getting tested for these things. I said it's long lines. I showed y'all the videos. Anyway, make a long story short, I ended up contracting it. It was milder than the first one, but it was still bad. Body aches, pains. I did the same thing. Drank a lot of chicken broth, raw leaves, orange juice. I fasted, intermittent fast. I only ate that once a day, and that was mostly drinking soup. Stayed in the house. It took a week or two for me to recover, and that was a long time for me to recover. I usually bounce back right back. Had a family member come in, fly in from Texas to be there with me for Christmas. They end up getting sick with it. Then I end up getting sick again with it. I'm telling you guys so y'all can know the signs and how this stuff just reoccur. Be careful out there. Be careful. I'm telling y'all stuff. This stuff is hard to overcome. I end up getting sick again. And so I was sick for a week. And y'all have to, mind you, every day I take vitamin D. Every day I take my vitamins. And I still end up getting sick. But I wasn't sick so bad where I had to be hospitalized. And see, this is the problem I have with them, what they're saying to people. Everybody body is different. They're saying it's a war against those who haven't had that. I haven't had that. I haven't had to be hospitalized. I've been sick severely 3 times, 4 times with the TB. So anyway, I ended up getting better. But I still had some symptoms, like body fatigue, kind of tired, a little bit headaches. So when I got back here, I got sick again, I guess from traveling. And this time, it was really bad. I mean, my body was shaking. I was telling y'all about in the videos, I was just really sick. So, to be honest with you, I don't know if it was the second or third one that I caught in New York, and this third one I caught out here in Houston, because there's a lot of people out here with it too. So anyway, in the meanwhile, I'm hearing about people dying from these illnesses, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So this time, I contact my doctor. I asked for the Z-Pack. Y'all, it's a strong antibiotic. And this is what they gave my mother Well, my mother caught it last year. So I also asked them to give me a Z-Pack because I was caring for her. So I'm stacking up on all this medication. I'm knowing it. When I took this medication, I gave it to her. It healed her. And she don't have this neither, and she's 70-some years old. I refuse to let them do this to her. So I took the Z-Pack, and I had steroids also. I'm not telling y'all what to do. So don't take my advice. You do what's best for your health. I'm telling you what I did. And I have steroids put away from other things that when I had knee injuries or whatever. I talked to my doctor. He said, and I asked myself, can I use the steroids if they don't get better? Because I started seeing like my tongue from catching colds and all that, it was getting like an irritation and my throat and all that. So I was like, I wonder, taking the Z-Pack, he said, after you take the Z-Pack, then you take the steroids. When you start feeling better, just stop it. Because I don't like taking steroids, because steroids can cause diabetes if you take it too much. Anyway, so now I'm recovering and getting back better. I was just drinking a lot of soup, a lot of chicken broth, a lot of spinach leaves in the chicken broth with onions, taking my vitamin D, my diet, and my B3 pills, my vitamin B3s, folic acid, iron, and then also the natural herbs. I was taking turmeric, ginger, echinacea. I named them to y'all before, but I had my loved one buy a bag of herbs, cost a lot of money, and them herbs knocked it right out with the Z-Pack and me intermittent fasting with the soup, the chicken broth with the spinach leaves and onions. And so now I'm feeling a whole lot better. And now I have somebody else in my house that's sick with it now. So I just like to tell you guys, I just wanted to talk about my experience with that and what helped me. And when I was feeling all right in my body, I went back to exercise and stuff. So y'all, I'm telling you, I believe for me being an intermittent faster, taking the vitamin D pills every day and the vitamins that I take every day, exercising, and meditating, and I think that helped a lot for me to not have to go to the hospital. I didn't even get the test. I knew what it was. And I don't like getting that because I've done that before with productions. I haven't done it in a year, and it seemed like when I did that, it affected my body. So I'm telling y'all, I'm not telling y'all how to do it like me, because everybody's body is different. But I'm saying I overcame it without being hospitalized, without even going to a doctor. I was talking to these doctors on the phone and doing Zoom visits. One of my doctors in New York, I said, look, I'm coughing a lot. And I was telling him I had symptoms. And I hate to say this, but I have to be real, because I'm a survivor. Symptoms I didn't really have that I was expecting I was going to have, though. I said, I'm coughing a lot. I really wasn't coughing a lot. So he prescribed me something for the cough. He prescribed me something for the pain. They gave me pain pills that I don't even take, but I keep them in my preps. But when there's times my body might be in pain or my loved one's body might be in pain, I have it. I have medications for all types of different things, y'all. Even natural herbs. And this is a part of prepping, and this is why I'm sharing this information with you. So just take care of yourself as much as you can, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, prevent from going in crowds if you can. Make sure all this is covered up if you can. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's important that you protect what's going in your nose and your mouth and your ears these days and times, and what's going in your body with the food and the drinks that you're eating, because y'all, it's things out here that's getting us sick. So it's real. Take care of yourself. Prevent and watch the people that's coming around you too, because you don't know who they been around. I'm telling you, it's spread like wildfire. It's very contagious. When I was in New York, what I did, I was going out, but I wasn't really around people like in a closed setting. But like being on the streets, it had to been in the air, because that's how I got it. And then I hadn't even gone nowhere, and I still got sick again. That was coming from a relative. And then this time, I hadn't went nowhere, and I got it. But I had traveled back and forth. So somewhere in between there, that's what happened. You guys just take care of yourself. I'm pretty sure I'm missing things, but I hope that this was able to help you, give you some insight, maybe what you can do to prevent from having to go to the hospital and all that crap. I just refused. I said, no, you go to the hospital, they say you got it, they keep you in there, no telling what may happen. So watch the world, watch the weather, take care of your body. Most of all, take care of your body, take care of your mind. Do what it takes for you to be healthy in these days and times. Try not to let these situations stress you out, because they're stressful. And smell your water. Purify your water before you use it. Follow me, please, on my other platforms. Give me a thumbs up. And keep surviving. CNHero.com.